ramp there was kind of like a ride at Cedar Point. It was a little scary. I was not buckled in, but I made it to the top. Well, it's great to be here, and my first thing that I want to say is congratulations to the members of the class of 2016 for making it to this point in your academic careers. In a few minutes, you will depart from GHS for the last time as a student, carrying with you great memories of your time here together. You will remember your fear and apprehension as you entered the building as freshmen. You will remember your favorite teachers for their enthusiasm and ability to get you excited about whatever topic they teach. You will remember the nights together at football, hockey, basketball, or other events. You will remember the spirit dances and winning the spirit jug during homecoming. These are all great memories and things that you will carry out of this gymnasium when you leave. But I have a few other things that I've learned that I'm going to share and hope that you carry with you as well. Many of you know that I spent the last 4 months at the University of Michigan Hospital. In early January, my legs started to feel numb and it became difficult to walk. After being admitted to the hospital for physical therapy, my function in my legs continued to decrease to the point where I was not able to stand or walk at all. The doctors worked hard to try to determine what was causing these issues. 4 different teams of doctors visited me each day, conducting different tests to find answers. Then in February, I got very sick. I was transferred to a different floor so I could be monitored more closely. The doctors discovered that a virus called CMV was flaring in my body, causing me to be sick. The virus was able to gain strength because of my weakened immune system from the chemotherapy that I've been receiving for the past 2.5 years to treat my leukemia, which is in remission. And we plan to keep it in remission. I was also losing feeling in my hands and arms and could not move my fingers. I received a very strong IV medication to get rid of the virus, and during this time, more of the test results came back, indicating that the virus had gotten into my spinal column, causing damage to my nerves in the spinal column, resulting in the numbness and loss of mobility from my toes to my neck. No one was sure if or how much of the movement I would be able to get back. After the CMV virus was under control, I was sent back to the physical therapy here's the part where I'm working on my hands, start working to regain my strength. After 2.5 months of intensive therapy, I was allowed to return home to my family and the wonderful Granville community, just last Thursday. I can't explain to you how difficult this experience has and continues to be. I'm generally a pretty independent person, and having to rely on other people has been quite frustrating at times. I can't explain to you how hard I had to get back to work to get back my strength and mobility in my arms and hands, and how hard I continue to work to get my legs moving again. However, I can share some of the things that I've learned, which I hope that you take with you. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is optimism. Do you truly believe in yourself? Do you believe wholeheartedly that you will be successful in whatever goal you are pursuing? People who are optimistic continue to move forward no matter what challenges or obstacles are thrown in front of them. People who are optimistic bounce back from disappointments. I will admit that this was difficult at times for me. Not making progress as quickly as I would have liked to, receiving test results that were not favorable, and feeling like I was never going to be able to leave the hospital, all threatened my optimism. However, I soon realized that being pessimistic rather than optimistic wouldn't get me anywhere. That path leads to more disappointment, anger, and lower chances of success. As you move forward in pursuing your dreams, remember to remain optimistic when you encounter challenges and disappointments. It will help to carry you forward. The second thing I want to talk about is compassion. It's easy to focus on our own good rather than looking around to see who we can impact with compassionate acts of kindness. As I spent my time in the hospital, there were lots of people around me who needed compassion from someone. It was amazing to look around and see how much worse some people had it than I had. One young lady in particular benefited greatly from the compassion of others. She had had her arms and feet amputated after getting a very serious illness. When she arrived at the hospital, she was, next page, quiet and reserved, keeping to herself and not interacting with anyone. Over time, other patients reached out to her to include her in fishing trips, karaoke. We had karaoke in the hospital. Believe it or not, I was a star singer. Not as good as Lindsay, though. This compassion shared by other patients impacted her confidence greatly, and she began to have a smile on her face every time you saw her. When she went home from the hospital, everyone was sad to see her go. You never know how great of an impact you can have on others when you put your own wants and needs aside to show someone else compassion. The final thing I want to talk about is grit. And you've heard me talk about grit before. As you know, grit is perseverance, not giving up, and showing toughness. I've never had a time in my life that challenged the measure of my grit like the past 4 months. Bouncing back from disappointments, dealing with physical challenges of therapy, and having to be away from family and friends has challenged me greatly. However, the bracelet on my arm and the t-shirts that I wore with pride from Granville reminded me to keep fighting and work through the challenges that I had, even when I felt like giving up. Remembering the concept and importance of grit will carry you far in life. Don't give up, don't quit, take pride in your toughness, take pride in the fact that you're a bulldog. Moving on. It's my pleasure to announce one retirement of our staff this year. Mr. Bob Rose will be retiring after more than 30 years of teaching. Where's Mr. Rose? Thank you to him for his dedication and service to all of you and many other students who have graduated long ago. I'd also like to recognize our teaching staff. This has been said before today, but seniors, without their help and support, you wouldn't be here today. We have a very talented and dedicated teaching staff, I think one of the best around. They deserve a big round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause. I am continually amazed at how much they care for each one of you and want to see you be successful. Each of you in the class of 2016 have great opportunities in front of you. Each of you have tremendous abilities and gifts to be used. Each of you has dreams and aspirations to pursue. Each of you is a bulldog through and through. Thank you for all that you are and all that we know you'll be. To the Granville High School class of 2016, class is dismissed.